think I must have had some kind of brain damage. I'm mysterious. Oh my god, they look so cute. I walked down the street like I owned it. Yeah, I know I'm pretty. Hey guys, so today I am doing another back to school video for you guys. I recently uploaded my back to school outfits, which you can take a look at. It'll be linked here and also in the description box below. I'm also going to be doing a makeup tutorial soon for back to school. It'll be all drugstore. But today I'm doing an advice video. I decided to come up with some of my own questions that I thought when I was in high school would have helped me out. These questions are obviously kind of middle school, high school-ish, kind of both. If you have other questions you want answered, you could always email me if it's something more private. I have my email listed in the description. You can also leave a comment in the down there, you know, area, and I can get back to you if it's something just a little bit more simple. So my first question is, how to make friends if you don't play sports. Making friends without doing sports can be a little bit more challenging because you don't easily find something in common with other people, or you're not pushed into a group with other people your age that you kind of are forced to socialize with. If you're having trouble making friends, always join a club with whatever you're interested in. Look up what clubs your school has to offer. Another thing I would recommend doing, especially in high school, if you have trouble kind of making friends in class and stuff like that, try to get a job. Even if it's just a weekend job or even the summer or something like that, it's a great way to meet new people because you're spending your time with them. That's what I did. Most of my friends in high school actually did come from my outside job, and a lot of those people weren't from my high school. People you might not have met otherwise, and most of my best friends are from random things like that. So I think that that's a really great way to meet people. Also, you get extra money on the side. You can make some good friends from that. You can do after school community service. That's another way I made a lot of friends in high school. I volunteered and taught CCD, which was for third graders, but I met friends who also taught CCD in other classes. So you can do community service. It's a great way for colleges. It really helps you out. I know that's probably why I got into the college I got into, because I did so much community service in high school. If you're not into sports, there's also school government that could be really interesting to do. That's where you can meet a lot of friends. It's also really good on college applications. Things like that. You can kind of kill two birds at one stone in that situation. You get a job, you get paid, and make friends, or you could do some kind of community service or some extracurricular activity, and that will help with college and making friends. You meet someone in class, you can be friends with them and get along with them just fine, but when you have other things in common, it's a lot easier to kind of mesh with them. So yeah, that's my kind of tip on how to make friends if you don't do sports or something like that. And then the next one is something I kind of struggled with in high school, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do. This might be middle school, I kind of hope not, but times have changed since I went to middle school, since I am 21 now. How to not drink when you go to parties, high school parties, and unfortunately that is a huge kind of thing, I guess, that goes on in high school. I hardly ever drank in high school. Yeah, I just didn't get into that whole scene. I didn't really go to many parties. I had my small group of friends I just kind of hung out with. I'd say the best way to do it is just don't do it, you know, don't give in to peer pressure. I know this sounds so like I'm like a 40-year-old mom being like, don't drink, but honestly, it's just not a good idea. I personally have a lot of experience with that kind of lifestyle. I've had a lot of experience with people who fell too deep under that path of drinking and partying, and it's not a fun thing to watch. It's not a fun thing to put your friends through. I'm not saying that everyone who drinks in high school becomes like an alcoholic or something, but you know, it's just not something you ever want to get started in, especially when you're underage in the first place. It's something that you can get in trouble for. I know this sounds so cliche, but if you are struggling kind of with peer pressure and people are like, oh, just drink, like what are you, some kind of baby? Then be like, yeah, I just say that. Even now as a 21-year-old legally able to drink, when I go to bars with people, I don't drink. I maybe have like one drink, but I'm not a big drinker. It's never been something I felt been necessary in my life to do. So when people even now are like, you're really not gonna have a drink, like why did you even bother coming? I'd be like, well, I can have fun without drinking. So just tell them you don't want to do it. And if someone has a problem and like makes fun of you, then they're not a true friend in the first place. That's something I've also had a lot of experience with. When I stopped going out and having like drinking and stuff like that, I lost a lot of friends, and I realize now that those were never really my good friends in the first place if they weren't gonna support me in that decision to not drink. So if you don't want to drink, then don't drink. If you don't want to go to parties, don't go to parties. If you think the only way you can make a friend is by going to a party, you're completely wrong. I had plenty of friends in high school, you know, and it's not even about having plenty of friends. I had probably 5 really close friends tops. This is something I will always tell people, no matter what age they are. It's better to have a few close friends than a whole big group of friends, because those people most likely don't care that much. They're not going to be really great friends. Who cares about parties? At any age, really, it's not a big deal. You might think they look cool, and all these people have pictures going up on Facebook and Instagram like, oh my god, they look so cute. But all my life in high school, I was like, look at all these girls like going to this party, they all look like they're having so much fun, but why are they like, oh, let's take some pictures? Like, they can't be having that much fun. I just went out with my friends this weekend and we had the whole weekend together and we hardly took any pictures together because we were having so much fun. We didn't want to stop. This kind of became a ramble. But yeah, if you don't want to drink, just don't do it. Just try not to care what other people think. I know it's a really hard thing to do and everyone does it. As much as I don't care what other people think, a part of me always will. It's human nature to care what other people think about you. But honestly, you are thinking more about what other people think about you than they really are. That's just like a fact of life, because that really just will ruin high school for you. I didn't have the best experience in high school or middle school. I'm really glad it's over with, to be honest, but I could have had a better time if I had listened to some kind of advice like this then. You know, if I had heard someone say I had a great time in high school and never drank, I would have been a lot happier. Like, was there something wrong with me that I didn't want to drink? So if you guys don't want to drink, there's nothing at all wrong with you. That's perfectly normal. I did it and I turned out pretty okay, if I say so myself. Number 3 is how to feel comfortable around new people. So this kind of goes to the first one. If you have a problem feeling comfortable around new people, if you're going to a high school maybe that has more people in it than your middle school did, it is kind of nerve-wracking, especially the first couple of days. I know it's hard. I know it's really scary. I know when I went to college especially, I was terrified. You're afraid you won't see your friends that you had before. And it can be really scary, and I don't expect you guys to not have nerves about it because that's totally 100% normal. But to kind of make yourself feel more comfortable in those situations, I'd say be yourself. I noticed that I'm way more nervous and uncomfortable in situations when I'm not being myself, when I'm being shy and quiet, which I am not. I'm the total opposite. I am kind of almost obnoxious to a point. I can talk way too much and be really loud, and as much as some people might not like that in me, I notice that whenever I meet people for the first time and I act more like that, I get along with them better. I feel more comfortable and then they feel more comfortable, and then the whole situation just feels better. And I know, again, that can be scary because you can feel like people are going to reject you for who you are, and if you're not being yourself and they reject you, then you're not being yourself, if that makes sense. Then it won't matter if they reject you because it wasn't you, but I'd rather always be rejected for who I am than pretend to not be me. I know it's hard, especially if you're shy or on the shyer side, but you know, just give it your best shot. You'd rather take the chance, take the risk than not do it, and that's another thing I learned with my anxiety problem. If you guys want another anxiety video, let me know, but I will link that one in the description box and over here if you are interested in watching my anxiety video. But yeah, with my anxiety, it is hard to kind of meet new people, and I do get nervous in new situations. If you're nervous around new people or new situations, then just kind of go for it, honestly. Just take the risk. I know it can be terrifying, and you might be scared all the way up to the point, but as soon as it's over, you're going to be so much happier that you did it. My next question is something that I dealt with probably the most in middle school and a little bit in high school, between ages like years like 5th through like 8th grade. It happened a lot, and that's drama. Drama is just like the thing that girls from like 12 to like 16, I mean, you know what, probably even, you know what, girls can thrive on this forever, but you know, girls, especially that age with hormones and all that stuff, thrive on drama. And I don't want to like stereotype all you, because I know a lot of people who watch this aren't. I know a lot of people get sucked into drama without wanting it, but a lot of people purposely make drama. And I'm really sorry about that, and that sucks, and I wish there was something that I could do and just snap my fingers and make that all go away, but it doesn't. I dealt with drama so much. And honestly, sometimes it is better to confront someone, sometimes it is better to just ignore it. It obviously depends on the specific situation. To avoid drama, I'd honestly say if you have a best friend and she's always starting rumors, not necessarily about you, but she's like talking behind other people's backs, the person who you've been best friends with since a young age now is starting to be a little bit more like that, a little more catty, a little more passive aggressive and stuff like that, and you don't like it, then just cut them out. I know it can suck, and it's just like almost being in a bad relationship, and you're like, I'd rather be in a bad relationship than no relationship. It's the wrong way to think about it. I'd always rather be alone, be single, be down one friend than have a friend or a boyfriend or whatever that isn't right, that isn't the person who I feel comfortable with, that is doing something that I don't like. One thing you can do is take them calmly and talk to them about it. You can say, you know what, I love that we're friends and it's like really great, and I always have a great time with you, but it's really bothering me that you keep talking about these people behind their backs. Or I really don't appreciate that you're spreading rumors about me. I know we're friends, but like I don't get why you would do that. It just doesn't really make sense to me. And if they fight with you and they get defensive and put up a wall and just don't want to deal with it or can't face it because they know it's true or whatever their issue is, then you might just want to drop them as a friend and cut them out. I know it can be hard, and I know that might be like a mean way to do it, but it's better than saying something mean, saying something you'll regret, making yourself be more negative just because you're hanging out with this negative person. It's just always better to cut that person out. If you have someone in your life like that, just avoid it. If there's drama in your group of friends, try to stay out of it. You know, I know people want to stand up for their friends, and that's perfectly fine in certain situations. When you confront someone face to face, they can't come up with an excuse right away. Don't text, don't Facebook chat, don't do it on Facebook, don't do any of that stuff. If you want to confront someone and really know the truth, you always have to do it face to face. And I know texting has like overloaded like the world of friendship and social and stuff like that. And I suggest that if you're gonna have a serious conversation with someone that you do it over text. I would suggest always do that in person. You know, I think it's just the best because not only are you gonna get the truth because they have to answer right away. What are they gonna do? Be like, give me 1 second so I can think about this, like how you can with text. I mean, sometimes confront it and sometimes don't, but I'd never get physical with it, never scream, never try to bring anyone else in. Don't try to get like a gang behind you to support you. My best advice would be to avoid it, to just ignore it, because honestly, whatever is bothering you today, whatever kind of drama is going on in your life when you're in middle school or high school, it's not gonna matter like a week from now, a month from now. It's just not gonna matter. It's just pointless. So if you have drama and you just want to have a nice calm life and enjoy your time in these years of your life, which can be some of the best years, then avoid drama. It's not worth it. It's just crazy. And I know people are like, oh, it's on this TV show, so I want drama in my life. It's not worth it. Just, if you want drama, go on Netflix and watch, like, I don't know, something with drama, like One Tree Hill. Go watch One Tree Hill if you want drama in your life. Next is how to feel confident in a stressful situation. Now, I kind of touched on this already, but it's just a little bit tweaking of an answer. To feel confident, I can't just tell you, do this and you'll feel confident. It does not work that way. Confidence is something you really have to work on for a long, long time. I know most of my years in middle school and high school, I had the lowest confidence ever. One thing I would say, my best advice for confidence, I know this is gonna sound horrible, but this is what I did, and I think it's worked, is fake it till you make it. And I know that sounds crazy, but if you portray that you're confident, you'll feel so good. When you're confident, you just feel more bold, you feel more just proud of yourself. You can go out and do anything, you can make more friends, you can talk to more people, and you just feel happier. I walked down the street like I owned it, you know what I mean? Like, you just pretend it. I mean, don't be overly confident and cocky and be like, yeah, I know I'm pretty. And say thank you when someone compliments you. Don't be like, really? I think I look so bad today. Because people don't like that. And especially guys, if you're dating, if you guys want me to do a dating high school video, let me know. I did do the how to get a boyfriend video with my friends, which I will link below. You want to have some kind of confidence, whether it's a little bit or a lot. You definitely don't want to be that girl who's like, do you think I'm pretty? Like, I hate this about me and I hate this about me. And I know it's hard, but the less you say that, and the less you kind of put it out there, the less it'll come back to you. People are going to see that you're confident and want to hang out with you more. People want to hang out with someone who believes in themselves, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to believe in you, no one else is going to support you. Everyone in general wants to be around other people who are happy, and if you're happy with yourself, you can be happy in life. And that was really deep, but it's kind of true. So that's how I would get more confidence. Next one is more school oriented, I guess, like grades. It's how to balance friends and school, or work in school, or anything with school. And now in high school, I didn't get like straight A's all the time, but I got mostly A's, some B's. It can be really hard. I know that it depends obviously what type of person you are, what you're more interested in, but to balance it, you really just have to be good at time management. And that's not the easiest thing to be good at. It can be really, really, really difficult to time manage things. I always make schedules, make lists of things I have to do. You make 2 lists. So one for school and one for the other one, and always do the school things first, because once you get that stuff out of the way, you'd be surprised how much free time you have. You might feel like you have no free time because you have a few things you gotta get done for school, and you keep putting it off and putting it off, and you just, all that free time went to just putting it off and not really doing anything. Honestly, it feels much more balanced than to hang out with people and then be rushing to get your homework done. You'll be more relaxed and more calm, and if you get your homework done and like studying and all that stuff done early and you get good grades, you're just gonna feel more relaxed in general. When I have something due like next week and I put it off all week, the whole week I feel stressed out. But if I do it that first day, then the rest of the week I'm like, oh, I have all this time now. You know what I mean? So it really is better just to get things done early. My next question is how to make time to get ready in the morning. Now this is a big tough question, especially for high school, I'd say, because I think you have to get up the earliest in high school for school. And I know I did. I woke up at like 5:30 or 6 for high school, which was ridiculous. But I did it and I got ready and I made my time. I'd say one of my best tips is to shower the night before. It just makes you have more time in the morning, so you don't have to wake up and take the whole time to shower, blow dry your hair and stuff like that. Another tip, dry shampoo. Wish they had that out when I was in high school. I'd recommend the Batiste Dark Deep Brown one. Even if you don't have brown hair, it'll work great, I promise. I have a lot of makeup tips, which I will do in my makeup tutorials. I do a whole running late hairstyles video, which I will link over here and in the description box so you can check out that video. I think there's about 7 or 8 hairstyles that are good for the morning when you want something a bit more interesting than just your hair down. And it's really easy. None of them I think took over like 4 minutes or 5 minutes. So definitely check that video out if you want some kind of hair tips for back to school. And do as much as you can the night before. Pick out your outfit. Decide what you want to do with your hair, that kind of stuff. That was my last question. I don't know if these helped you. I don't know if you've made it through the whole video, but if you did, then please give it a thumbs up. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope I helped you out. I hope I gave you some useful advice and wasn't just blabbering blabbering on the whole time. Like I said throughout the video, I linked a bunch of videos in the description that are kind of similar to this or might help you out with whatever I mentioned in this video, or you know, back to school fashion and all that kind of stuff, so check that out in the description box. And please subscribe if you want to see my makeup tutorial for back to school coming up soon. Check me out on social media and everything, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I can't talk. Oh my god. Wait, there's a plane. What?